Hey family, it's Rhae and I'm back with another word. I pray that you guys have been blessed. So this word was given to me yesterday on October 29th. Of course, before I start, always make sure that you test the spirit of every word. Take this word back to the Lord and ask the Lord for confirmation to speak to you further concerning this word, giving you individual insight, clarity, direction, instructions. And yeah, so again, I said he gave me this word yesterday on the October 29th. And this word stems from a previous word I released titled A Warm Embrace. And in that word, the Lord led me to the verse where Jacob was embraced by his brother Esau and they wept. So this word came to me at 8:25 in the morning, yes, on the 29th. And he reminded me of this story. And this time, the Lord highlighted the moment Jacob was instructed to return home to his land and family. Jacob was so afraid and nervous about being reunited with his brother because the last time they were together, Esau swore that after his father passed, he would kill Jacob. Jacob caught wind of this, and this is when he fled. So as Jacob prepared to return, he gathered lots of gifts to present to his brother as a peace offering, and he was also returning with a humble heart. Once he entered the land and spotted his brother Esau from a distance, he assembled his family, animals, and entourage as they bowed before Esau. Jacob was still expecting his brother to be angry with him, but to his surprise, his brother was so excited to see him. He showed him love, compassion, and forgiveness. They hugged and they both wept. So the key thing that the Lord highlighted to me when he gave me this word was, of course, the betrayal, Esau swearing to kill Jacob, Jacob fleeing to a new land, to a different land, a distant land. The Lord instructed Jacob to return. He came with gifts. He bowed to Esau. The bow went to Esau. He bowed 7 times, and then the hug and the weeping. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into the message. So it says, in the last message, the focus was more so a foresight of a cycle or chapter that some will enter into or are about to complete. The Lord was preparing or instructing you to prepare your hearts for this encounter. Whether you are the prodigal, be it a spouse, a family member, a friend, a business partner, anything else, or the standard, this word serves as instruction and a little insight of this encounter to come. The prodigal has received or is about to receive the instruction to return home or to this person, and the standard is receiving insight about what's to come concerning their return. Some are coming bearing gifts. This could be tangible material. It could be confessions, clarity, and apology. It could be an offer. It could be multiples of different things that this person is bringing forth. They may be fearful or anxious because they know what they had done to you and how things were left the last time they saw or spoke to you. They don't know if you're still angry. They don't know if you're holding a grudge. They don't know if you will accept them or their gifts or their apology. They don't know if you'll respond to their message or answer their calls. They are unsure of what's on the other side of that door that the Lord is leading them to step into. This is a faith move, an act of obedience on their part. Going back to the dream I shared in the video titled A Warm Embrace, after I used the bathroom, I unlocked the stall door and this person walked in. The message was to work on your heart posture, to release bad feelings, anger, toxic emotions, and that was to prepare you for this encounter. After I released, and releasing being me using the bathroom. So after I released in that dream, that enabled me to be able to sit in a posture of forgiveness and welcoming him with a warm embrace, to hug him, which was the hug was symbolic of love and forgiveness. During your separation, this person has been serving and building and being built back up and restored. Just like Jacob when he served Laban all those years. Although he took losses and faced some trials, it built character, humbled him, and the Lord blessed him and prospered him. When Jacob was led to return home, he took with him everything he was blessed with, and he was able to use his blessings to give gifts to Esau once he returned. So it will be the same with you. This person has been blessed and will be able to bless you through their blessings. So here I was led to Genesis 32, and I'm going to start at verse 4, and it says, He commanded them, saying, This is what to say to my lord Esau. Your servant Jacob says this, I have been living temporarily with Laban and have stayed there until now. I have oxen, donkeys, flocks, male servants, and female servants. I have sent this message to tell my lord Esau, so that I may find grace and kindness in your sight. The messenger returns to Jacob, saying, We went to your brother Esau, and now he is coming to meet you, and there are 400 men with him. Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people who were with him in the flocks and herds and camels into 2 camps. And he said, If Esau comes to the camp and attacks it, then the other camp which is left will escape. Jacob said, O God, my father of Abraham and God of my father Isaac, the Lord, who said to me, return to your country and to your people, and I will make you prosper. So Jacob spent the night there. Then he selected a present for his brother Esau from the livestock he had acquired: 200 female goats, 20 male goats, 200 ewes, 20 rams, 30 milking camels with their colts, 40 cows, 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys, and 10 donkey colts. He put them into the care of his servants, every herd by itself, and said to his servants, go on ahead of me and put an interval of space between the individual herds. Then he commanded the one in front, saying, when Esau my brother meets you and asks to whom you belong, and where you are going, and whose are the animals in front of you, then you shall say, they are your servant Jacob's. They are a gift sent to my lord Esau, and he also is behind us. And you shall say, look, your servant Jacob is behind us. For he said to himself, I will try to appease him with the gift that is going ahead of me. Then afterward I will see him. Perhaps he will accept and forgive me. So the gift of the herds of livestock went on ahead of him, and he himself spent the night in the camp. So that's Genesis 32:4. Now that they have been built back up, while in the land they were in, the Lord is sending them back to you. If this is your spouse, them connecting to you, this union coming together is part of their prosperity. Then he led me to Proverbs 18:22, which says, he who finds a true and faithful wife finds a good thing and obtains favor and approval from the Lord. But again, this could also apply to family, friendship, business partner, but I'm strongly getting marriages. Even if this is not someone who's going to stay around and you guys move forward together, their act of returning, being humble, and confessing and righting their wrongs will set you both free and allow for completion of this cycle or chapter and forward movement in your lives on both ends. Your acceptance and forgiveness for them will be like a gift from God, like the Lord shining his face upon them. So here I was led to Genesis 33, and I'm going to start at verse 1, and it says, then Jacob looked up and saw Esau coming with 400 men. So he divided the children among Leah and Rachel and the two maids. He put the maids and their children in front, Leah and her children after them, and Rachel and Joseph last of all. Then Jacob crossed over the stream ahead of them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, bowing and moving forward each time until he approached his brother. But Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and hugged his neck and kissed him, and they wept. Esau asked, what do you mean by all this company which I have met? And he answered, these are to find favor in the sight of my Lord. I have plenty, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself. Jacob replied, no, please. If now I have found favor in your sight, then accept my gift as a blessing from my hand. For I see your face as I had seen the face of God, and you have received me favorably. Please accept my blessing, which has been brought to you, for God has dealt graciously with me, and I have everything that I could possibly want. So Jacob kept urging him, and Esau accepted it. Then Esau said, let us get started on our journey, and I will go in front of you to lead the way. So that's Genesis 33. Whatever they're planning may be big and unexpected. Accept it. Receive it. It will be a surprise. Some could be working with others to get this put together for you. Their effort, planning, and generosity is a reflection of their love and sincerest apologies to you. Some may send someone ahead of them to reach you first, to deliver a message, or just to test the waters. I'm reminded of another word I released titled Confessions I Hid Behind a Wall. And there was a part at the end of the dream that I shared before I woke up where there was a female who walked over to me and handed me a piece of paper. I read the paper twice, and the second time I read it, I felt emotional, like I was about to cry. The Lord didn't specify whether she was a messenger delivering a message from another person, or if she herself was confessing something to me, but it was a confession nonetheless. The only thing I could remember from reading the piece of paper was that it said, I hid behind a wall. So again, some should expect communication from this person, a message, a letter, an email, a text, a DM, or even a face-to-face conversation. This person has gone through some hardship while you've been separated. A part of this has been them reaping what they've sown, the consequences of their act against you. They may have lost some things or been stripped. They may have had setbacks and blockages, may have had failure in places they expected to see success. Some have even found themselves being stolen from, shortchanged, being taken advantage of, being kept bound to someone or in a situation or place, in bad contracts, whatever the case may be. But the Lord has dealt with them, and then he restored them. In the story of Jacob and Esau, after Jacob fled from Esau, he entered the land where he met Laban and Rachel, who we know later became his wife. But here, in his act of fleeing from Esau, trying to escape the consequence of his betrayal to his brother, he was faced with the same deception and trickery by Laban when it came to him serving in order to have Rachel as his wife. He served 7 years and was tricked the night of his wedding. Leah was sent in disguise to be taken as his wife, even though it was Rachel who was agreed upon to be his wife. Jacob then had to serve another 7 years in order to finally receive Rachel. Then later on, Laban also tried to hinder Jacob from leaving and prospering in his own land as they agreed upon in Genesis 30. Laban tried to take advantage of Jacob because he saw how blessed he was, and that because of the favor over Jacob, Laban was benefiting from it too. This is why he didn't want to let Jacob leave. After Jacob prospered despite the fraud Laban tried to commit, he was then accused of causing Laban to lose everything, and at this point is when the Lord's instruction came for Jacob to return home. After Jacob served his time, he was restored and prospered. Then he took his possessions and returned home to his land and family. And then the Lord led me to 1 Peter 5:10, which says, "After you have suffered for a little while, the God of all grace, who imparts his blessing and favor, who calls you to his own eternal glory in Christ, will himself complete, confirm, strengthen, and establish you, making you what you ought to be." They are Jacob, you are Esau. Or you could be Jacob if you are the one who is receiving the instruction from the Lord to return to someone. But their return could also be a gift from God to you as fulfillment of his promise. So those scriptures were Genesis chapter 32 through 33, Proverbs 18:22, and 1 Peter 5:10, which all three will be in the description box. But the Lord is sending someone to you, or the Lord is sending you back to someone, and this word serves as encouragement. If the Lord is sending you somewhere, trust that your journey will be successful. If the Lord has been instructing you to work on your heart posture when it comes to receiving someone with forgiveness, to showing them forgiveness, to embracing them, showing them love, but someone will be returning to you, expect communication, whether it's face-to-face, whether it's the Lord crossing y'all's paths and it's just a surprise, you run into each other, gifts, some type of gift, confessions, an apology. But yeah, just take this word back to the Lord. Ask the Lord to confirm his word for you. Test the spirit behind this word. Ask the Lord to confirm his word for you and to give you further details, insight, clarity, and instruction as it concerns you individually, your walk and your journey with the Lord. Again, like I said, those scriptures will be in the description box below. Feel free to share this word with anyone who you feel needs to hear this word. Don't forget to like, comment, also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of any future uploads when I post, and I'll be back soon with another word.